Jai Nitya Krishna Vishpa, Panam Shukri Prajapata Jashna Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Shamesena Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Krishna Vishpa, Panam Shukri Prajapata Jashna Krishna Bhakti Siddhanta Shashwati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Anantagari Vaishnavendra Ki Anand Sajjastar Vidasa Ki Prem Slow Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Bhakti Radha Srivasa Guru Bhaktivinoda Ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Shyam Radha Kankari Govardhan Ki Jai Sri Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sri Sri Mudra Dham Ki Jai Sri Sri Navati Marg Dham Ki Jai Sri Sri Yamunapuri Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Harinam Shankirtan Ki Jai Sri Prabhupada Sri Bhakti Sri Ki Jai Gaur Pramanandi all glories to the Son, all glories to the Son. All praise to the Son, all precious Guru and God, all precious Shadow.
Hare Krishna. It's very low, you know that. We hear Brahman, which is very loud voice. I heard nobody. Mataji, you're very shy. For who's in the back, I heard nothing. So let's try this again. Hare Krishna! Shri Prabhupada Ki! Welcome everybody to our Sunday Feast program. Bienvenue à tous au festin du dimanche. On aimerait remercier notre commanditaire. Our sponsor for tonight is Haripara Blue and his family. So please give them a few beautiful announcements, special announcements that are coming. So this morning we had an initiation ceremony given by His Holiness Maharaj. Maharaj was here for the weekend, especially for this occasion, and 3 devotees in our Montreal community got initiated. So I do want to mention those 3 devotees' name. So Emily is now Irisha Devdasi. We have Bhakta Jisu, who is now Jagdish Das. And our Bhakta Lazaro is now Love Das. It's a beautiful occasion, so please give a big, loud Haribol for a newly initiated devotee. That Srila Prabhupada bless them and they can continue in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada in this beautiful movement. Alors ce matin, on avait une cérémonie d'initiation donnée par son Holiness Bhakti Maharaj. Il est venu pour la fin de semaine et durant sa visite, il a donné l'initiation à 3 dévots. Alors on a maintenant 3 dévots qui ont un nouveau nom. Alors, Bhakti Emily est devenue Irisha Devdasi, Bhakta Jésus est devenu Jagdish Prabhu et Bhakta Lazaro, que vous connaissez de nom, est devenu Love Das. Alors maintenant, we want to miss Lazaro, and Love Prabhu. So of course that is the only name that you can call him by, as you know. When we take initiation, the name that we're given at birth is removed, and then we have our new spiritual name that is given. So we respect the power of the spiritual name given by the spiritual master, of course, and this is a beautiful transition course. So we wish them all the best in their practice in Krishna consciousness. As you may have noticed last week, Temple ISKCON Montréal is going through a lot of changes, and you have noticed that now we have our walls are painted. So every week that you're coming, you might see a different change, and this is all possible by the Shakamataji and team. So as you see, the temple is now half pink. Historical fact. ISKCON Montréal, back in the days when Srila Prabhupada was here, it was pink and blue outside and also partly pink inside. So in a way, we're kind of honoring that legacy. I guess I don't think it was planned. Really not. And this used to be, when you have the old pictures of Srila Prabhupada in Montreal, the temple hall used to actually be this type of pink, maybe a little brighter though. So it's kind of interesting to see that 50 years later, here we are with the pink walls. As you may have noticed upstairs, there's still more renovations taking place, but I do want to invite Mataji to announce a few more of the renovations because she is currently in charge of this, and I think it would be best to hear from her, and I can of course translate that in French. Alors, juste mentionner que vous voyez, le temple est sous rénovation, sous transformation, et vous avez remarqué la semaine passée, on avait mentionné qu'on a ajouté plus de détails du temple de Biasasan, et maintenant vous voyez que les murs du temple sont repeinturés en rose. Quand Srila Prabhupada est venu en 1968, le temple était peinturé en rose dans le temps. Alors, 50 ans plus tard, on le voit encore en rose. Les gens qui étaient là il y a 50 ans, bien sûr, durant 1968, pourraient s'en rappeler. Mais on a des images de Srila Prabhupada dans le temple et le temple était rose. Alors, c'est vraiment intéressant de voir qu'on a son récit en peinturant le temple rose de nouveau. Il y a beaucoup plus de transformations qui s'en viennent, mais je vais donner le micro à Bishaka Mataji pour qu'elle puisse vous le décrire.
Please give a round of applause for Gaurav. I'm not sure that Temple Hall would kind of listen to Krishna Prabhupada was here, so it'd be nice to hear them. So thank you for all the support that have been coming in the form of donations, of feedback and suggestion. We're still not done yet. There is more to come. You can see that the Winners Bistro is half done, and we need your help in completing it. There is upcoming construction for the ladies' ashram and some renovations in the men's ashram, along with some renovation for the temple apartment as well. So anything that you could donate from your heart would be very nice. Keep it below $1 million, that would be fine. And for more information, you can reach out to Nandini Radha Prabhu. She's at the front desk, and please make some kind of donations. This is your temple, your community, and this is for the pleasure of the Lord. Thank you, and wait for the transmission.
Comme on mentionnait, en ce moment, on a beaucoup de rénovations qui arrivent dans le devant du temple. Alors, si vous avez remarqué, la réception est transformée maintenant en bistrot, c'est à moitié fait. On est encore sous forme de rénovation, alors c'est presque prévoir dans les mois à venir. Quand ça terminera, on a des rénovations qui se passent dans l'ashram des Matajis ainsi que l'ashram des Prabhus. Alors, il y a beaucoup de rénovations qui se passent durant ces deux environnements-là, bien sûr en haut aussi. Alors, pour faire tout cela, on a besoin de votre aide. C'est votre temple. This is your temple, as we always say, right? One of our temples, Srila Prabhupada's temple. More importantly, this is your temple that belongs to you. And you can take part in the changes that are taking place at the temple, your works matters, of course. Alors, c'est votre temps, votre voix est important. Alors, si vous voulez vous supporter, c'est grandement apprécié. Vous pouvez voir Nandini Radha qui est devant, comme vous avez remarqué, on a maintenant une petite salle, pour la réception. Alors, pour tout détail, pour toute forme de donation, vous pouvez la voir et elle va pouvoir vous aider pour faire cela. Une autre annonce que j'aimerais faire, small announcement, the boutique is also under renovation, so tonight and Sunday, we will have it open as necessary, of course, but after tonight, it will not be open because we're going through a whole transformation in the store. So we love everybody who has been attending the store, of course, for this time, but it is in need of a revamp and want to retransform it. So tonight will be open for the last time, and then the coming weeks, of course, it will not be available. If you do need anything in the store, of course, by all means, contact myself and CV, and then we can, if anything, open on call only. But tonight will be the last time that we open till further notice. Alors, la boutique, ce soir, aussi va être sous forme de rénovation, et on a commencé un peu à ranger les matériels. Alors, si jamais, ce soir, ça va être ouvert pour le plaisir des dévots, mais après ce soir, il va être fermé. Alors, si jamais vous avez besoin de quelque chose, vous devez nous appeler pour qu'on puisse vous donner le matériel. Mais pour l'instant, ça va être fermé jusqu'à further notice, jusqu'à plus tard, une journée plus tard. Bien sûr, c'est juste ça que j'ai pour vous. Encore vous rappeler que Ratiyatra cette année est retardé de quelques, on ne sait pas jusqu'à quand. So a reminder that Ratiyatra this year is still postponed. We do not have a date confirmed yet. But we are praying every day and we are trying our best to make sure that Lord Jagannath can step out. So you have to pray to Lord Jagannath and ask him when would he like to have Ratiyatra, of course. But this is, Montreal City, there's a lot happening in the city, and we cannot control that, but we're trying our best, but we shall see what the Lord wants to do. This week, we do have a special guest of honor coming. His Grace Rohini Priya Prabhu will be coming back to Montreal. It's been a while since we've seen Prabhu. He used to come to Montreal quite often, and this week he will be in Montreal from Wednesday till Friday. There will be 2 satsang programs happening at the devotees' houses and 1 program at the temple on Thursday. So Thursday, May 29th, there will be a program at the temple after Aarti. So you're welcome to come at 7 p.m. for Aarti and enjoy the association with the 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock Kirtan, then 7 o'clock Aarti, and then the class will be given by Bhagavad and then there will be Prasadam available. 2 programs are happening. One, I'm sure from this house on Wednesday, May 28th. So if you would like to attend the satsanga, please see him so that you can have the coordinates to attend the program. And Friday at Papesh People's House. So again, please see Manik for all details regarding the visit of this very Rohini prayer group and attend this beautiful 3-day program. Alors cette semaine, on a l'opportunité d'avoir sa classe Rohini prayer group qui est le nouveau qui vient de Maine, Mumbai. Il va être avec nous, il venait, je suis sûre que vous en rappelez, il venait très souvent à Montréal et c'est avec grand plaisir qu'on va l'accueillir durant la semaine. Alors du 27 mai jusqu'au 29 mai, Prabhu va être ici à Montréal. Il va donner 2 programmes, mercredi et vendredi chez les dévots. Alors pour plus de détails, pour le programme, venez voir Manik Prabhu si vous voulez aller au programme. Mais on a un programme au temps. Jeudi, le 29 mai, ça va commencer à 6h, alors jusqu'à 8h30, on a du Kirtan pour Aarti à 7h, classe Prabhu, et bien sûr, Prashad après. Alors, ça va être plus sur notre site web. All details will also be posted on our website and Facebook page. You can also get the details from there too. That is all I have for you tonight. Without further delay, I do want to introduce our guest speaker for tonight. So, tonight's English class will be given by Vishaka Mataji, and a few, introduction for Vishaka Mataji. Met her last week, but for those who have not met her, I want to give you more information. So, Vishaka Mataji is currently serving full-time at ISKCON Toronto as a religious professional. She is one of the co-directors of Bhakti Academy and a member of the Temple Council. As part of her main service, she helps train new people in Bhakti and ashram-style environment. Alors, ce soir, la course en anglais, juste pour donner mes solutions pour les nouveaux, va être donnée par Vishaka Mataji, qui est une dévote de Toronto, est en charge du Council du Temple à Toronto, et aussi en charge du Bhakti Academy qui se passe à Toronto. C'est une directrice à Toronto. Elle a commencé à étudier en fashion design, et par la suite, elle a changé sa carrière pour supply chain, pour un autre département, avant qu'elle se rejoigne à ISKCON. Son maître spirituel a arrangé son mariage avec Punya Shravan. So before Mataji joined ISKCON, she was in fashion design and changed departments before she joined ISKCON, and her spiritual master actually arranged her meeting with her, who is here tonight, Punya Shravan, who serves as a support officer to the GBC Zone 1 office. Mataji joined ISKCON in 2019 and began taking leadership roles in 2022. Elle a joint ISKCON en 2019, elle a commencé à prendre en 2022. Alors, on est très content de l'avoir avec nous ce soir. La classe en français va être donnée par Boris Prabhu, je ne vous ai pas oublié, des fois francophone. Alors, au 3e niveau, Boris nous attend chaleureusement sur le balcon. Alors, pour les niveaux francophones, on a la classe qui est donnée par Boris Prabhu. And of course, tonight, I invite you all to please stay for the class and take part in Vishaka Mataji's lecture. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Prasadam. Who agrees with the correct, that's right. Anyone else? What, according to you, is the best thing in Krishna consciousness? Yes, Madhurima? Truth. Okay, yes. Truth. We're not doing any business here. Krishna, the Supreme Personality, Lord, we know that. Okay, go ahead, sorry, we know that. Anyone else? Krishna, okay? We are here for Krishna, which is great. Any last? Yes? It teaches young generation, sorry. A good recipe to start off. It teaches young generation to learn humility and be humble. Anyone else? Yes?
You don't have to stress for anything.
You don't have to?
Stress for anything.
You don't have to stress for anything. Yes, you know, Krishna's, he promised to Bhagavad Gita, he provides what we lack, he preserves what we have, so what is to worry? No anxiety. That's wonderful answers. And I'll share my favorite thing about Krishna consciousness. The fact that Krishna consciousness is open to all. There's a little boy, I don't know where he's born, but he was very enthusiastic in the Kirtan. So Krishna consciousness is open to someone like that, and it's also open to someone who's very old. Shri Shri Ram ki, Shri Shri Mohanlal ki, Shri Shri Jagannatha Subhadra ki, Shri Radha ki. So the beautiful thing about Krishna consciousness that I find is that it's open to all. That means that you can add Krishna in your life. No matter who you are, it could be from China, from India, from Burma, from North America, South America, wherever. All you have to do is add Krishna in your life. And adding Krishna in life is very simple, it's not very complicated. Another thing is that when you add Krishna to your life, you cultivate some sort of faith, right? So it's nice. I don't know about you all, but before coming to Krishna consciousness, before joining ISKCON, I was very hopeless in many areas. Has anyone been ever hopeless? Anyway, so hopeless, I had hopelessness. But Krishna consciousness is that beautiful, GPS navigation that gives you faith that you hold on to, and you just keep going on and on under the direction of other devotees and spiritual master. So I'll discuss 3 points today, and not more than that. And number one is that we'll come back to the thing that I mentioned, like the 3 points that I will discuss is how Krishna reciprocates with devotees who are authentic and genuine. And second thing we will discuss is how Krishna reciprocates with devotees who, I hear my voice better. Okay, I felt like I was shouting too much, but it's better now. Okay, and second thing we will discuss is how Krishna reciprocates with devotees who have faith and are at least trying to surrender. And third would be how Krishna does not accept any service or offering which is not done in the right mood. You may get benefits, but you may not please Krishna with that, right? So I'll start with the first one, which is authenticity. Authenticity is very important. Authenticity means that. Can anyone explain what does it mean to be authentic? Yes, Prabhu. Sorry? Keeping your own identity. Yes, that's absolutely, and that's why we are in a movement also, in our philosophy also, there is our individuality never diminishes. Yes? Anyone else? Yes? Not pretending, being genuine, being original. So basically not suppressing our nature that we are born with. Now Krishna is not limited, that he will only like one kind of thing and not the other kind of thing. Krishna loves you regardless. Krishna loves us anyway. So the idea is to dovetail our inner quality, our authenticity in the service of Krishna. How many of you know George Harrison? Okay. I love his track, Sweet Lord. How many of you have heard Sweet Lord? Okay. Sweet Lord, there's a very beautiful line in that song that I really want to see you, but it takes so long. And you can see how much reflections that George Harrison might have had before writing that song. So this is something that Srila Prabhupada also encouraged. That every devotee should be authentic with their nature. How is that you want to please Krishna? Another example is that Srila Prabhupada, at one point there was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada who asked Srila Prabhupada that, how can I please Krishna? And pleasing Krishna has, there's so many ways that you can do. You can be nice to your family, you can show up for Mangalarti, you can not waste prasad, so many things. But how is that I can feel satisfied that I might have attempted to please Krishna? The Srila Prabhupada gave a very nice response. He said, what is that you want to do for Krishna? And then that devotee was like, okay, maybe I want to make a mridanga that can never be damaged, whether it comes in transit or we take it out in Sankirtan during snow or rain. And that's when fiber mridangas were invented. So this Prabhu invented fiber mridangas on the instruction of Srila Prabhupada because he genuinely wanted to please Krishna. So you see, Krishna consciousness is like anything that you are very good with, it can be dovetailed in Krishna's service. So it's not about abandoning anything, who you are, what you are, but just adding Krishna in your life. So, it's very important to know that Krishna sees what's inside us. He's not very caught up on how amazing you are externally and how well dressed you are as a devotee, or how anything which is external and tangible is not very. Krishna is not very affected by that. Krishna is actually affected by your internal mood, your internal nature, and how kind you are to that. So, if we can give our 100%, how many of you are students here? Okay, you're a student, and are you in university, college? Is it easy for you to wake up early morning? Do you Not to put you on the spot that you chant. Was it easy when you started chanting? No, right? So, but you gave your 100%. I gave my 100%. I started with one round, and I used to take 15 minutes to chant one round. And what happens is that when we give 100%, Krishna also gives us 100%. And when Krishna gives us 100%, that's something we cannot actually tolerate, because beautifully cannot tolerate, because Krishna is, Krishna is. So there's a very beautiful example in Ramayana that I really like, and I quote this very often. There was a squirrel who was serving under the direction of Nal and Neel. You know, they are the Vedic engineers. They constructed that bridge that was going all the way to Lanka to get Mother Sita. So the squirrel, the Hanuman and Shambhavan and then many other devotees of Lord Ram were picking up heavy stones and heavy mountains to help him making the bridge. And then there was a squirrel who could only grab a little pebble, and she was only bringing that pebble. And Lord Ram really accepted her service. She was liberated as, she was anyway not, she didn't have to get liberated, but still, she was given the same mercy as Hanuman received, or as Jambavan received, or anyone received. So Krishna saw how Krishna sees this effort that squirrel put in. And there's another beautiful example that I'm sure you have heard this beautiful pastime of Mother Shabri in Ramayana again. You see how authentic the love of Mother Shabri was, how genuine. Because her spiritual master told her, go and wait for Lord Ram, and Lord Ram will come to your home. So every single day she started decorating her home. She would pick the berries, and in those berries she would taste some berries, and whichever were sour she would put them aside, whichever were sweet she would put them for Lord Ram. And Lord Ram accepted this. This is just so. Now this is not these are stunts. You cannot perform them for Radha Manohar Prasadam. Don't ever try that. But the idea is to see how authentic and gentle Mother Shabri was. Her relationship with Krishna is just between herself, her Guru, and Krishna. And there is no judgment there. Because Krishna doesn't see what can you do externally. He sees how nice you are from within. So authenticity is very important. These were like some examples of how Krishna reciprocates with when you are authentic. Then there is a very nice part of Bhagavad Gita. How many of you have read Bhagavad Gita completely? Okay, wow, that's quite a few. So in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, there is a section which starts from, I think, verse 13 and goes on until verse 20. This section is known as Bhakta-ashtakam. Bhakta means devotee, Ashtakam means 8 verses. And in these 8 verses, Krishna is describing the quality that he likes to see in the devotees, in his devotees. And with every verse ending, Krishna says, such a devotee is very dear to me. And today, this is your homework, when you go home, please take a read. Please take a look at those verses. When you will read those verses, you will realize that everything that Krishna desires in a devotee is very internal. Nothing is external display. Internal as in, for example, he doesn't want his devotee to be envious. He says that anyone the person who is friend of all is dear to me. The person who is not envious of anyone is dear to me. The person who has faith in me is dear to me. Now these are very internal qualities. So, one of the beautiful qualities that I really liked, and it's my favorite topic, is faith. Krishna says, anyone who has faith in me is definitely my devotee. And even the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is that and all varieties of religion surrender unto me. So, there is a very beautiful pastime that kind of like shows that doesn't matter who you are, it's okay if you're a newcomer, it's okay if you've been in the community for a long time, it's okay if you are taking birth after birth in Krishna consciousness, it's totally fine, but if you don't have faith, then your Krishna consciousness is very incomplete. There's a very beautiful pastime, I'll share this. One time, Narad Muni was going to see the Lord in Vaikuntha. And when he was going to Vaikuntha, on the way he met a Brahmana. And Brahmana asked him, okay, if you're going to see the Lord, can you ask the Lord, how much time is left for me to come back to him? And Narad Muni says, all right. And he said, okay, also please take a note of what was the Lord doing in Vaikuntha. And Narad Muni says, all right. And then he goes his way. And again, Narad Muni meets another nice devotee of the Lord. He was a cobbler, a shoemaker. And he asked the same question. Okay, if you're going to see the Lord in Vaikuntha, could you just ask him how much time is left for me to come back to him? And just take a note of what was my Lord doing in Vaikuntha. Narad Muni again takes up the question. And now he's in Vaikuntha and he sees the Lord. And Lord is doing whatever he's doing in his day. And Narad Muni now, after having a wonderful association with the Lord, asks this question that, okay, so how much time is left for a Brahmana, for the Brahman to come back and for the cobbler to come back to you? They both ask this question. And the Lord says that you tell the Brahmana there are few lifetimes that he has to go through before coming back to me. But tell the cobbler that within this lifetime he will be back. Now this was a little confusing to Narad Muni, that a Brahmana who is really doing nice service and is a very wonderful devotee and if you're a Brahmana, that means you've been practicing for a long time, will take few lifetimes to come back. And whereas the cobbler who is dealing with leather and whatnot, it's just like he's doing some Shudra category of work, he will be back within this lifetime. This was a little too much for Narad Muni to process. Anyhow, and then he asked that, okay, both of them, they ask, please take a note of what is the Lord doing in Vaikuntha. So the Lord says, tell both of them that the Lord was passing an elephant through a needle. Now if you know, needle is very small and the hole in which the thread goes is very small also. Like some people, they actually have to put lens, and then some people is me. If you have to put, a thread through a needle, I can't even see it properly. So, again, now he's like, I will tell them that the Lord is putting an elephant through the needle, and that's not even what you're doing. But he says, okay, fine, as you say. So now Narad Muni is back, and he meets the Brahmin, and Brahmin is very excited. When you write an exam, and you know, oh my God, I wrote all the right answers, I will definitely get A+ or something, and then you end up failing in that exam. It's hurtful, right? So when Narad Muni tells him, oh, there'll be few more lifetimes that you have to go through before going back to the Lord, and Brahmin gets very upset. No, that's not fair. I don't trust you. Tell me what was Lord doing. This is not possible. He said, oh, Lord was putting an elephant through the needle. And then Brahman is like, I knew you did not mean the right Lord. Anyway, it's fine. So Narad Muni was not regarded there. Whatever he was telling was not regarded. It was kind of like labeled as someone who's not telling the truth. Anyhow, now Narad Muni went on to the cobbler, and cobbler asked, okay, how much time is left for me to go back to the Lord? And Narad Muni said, oh Lord, so you'll be back within this lifetime. And then the cobbler, without questioning anything, he's like, oh, that's great, my Lord is great, within this lifetime I'll be back. That means I'll be doing some real service. And then Narad Muni is surprised, why is he not questioning this thing? And then again, the cobbler asked, okay, what was my Lord doing? And Narad Muni says, he was putting an elephant through the needle. And again, cobbler is ecstatic, and he thinks that, oh wow, this is amazing. And then he gets more ecstatic hearing that the Lord is putting an elephant through the needle, because he says, Lord can lift a mountain on his pinky finger, Lord can do anything when Draupadi is getting de-robed, he can increase the size of the sari. Lord is just amazing. He protects the bird who is sleeping on a branch of a tree. He takes care of the fishes who are actually below the earth level, right? The pond. So this is just so amazing. Now he's performing an to Godhead in this lifetime was because he had faith. So faith is very important, and even though Brahmana had been practicing, was regulated, was steady, everything, but there was something missing there. That's like where he didn't have faith. So Lord reciprocates with devotees who have faith in him. Then another beautiful example is that, okay, I think just for the time, I think I'll just move on to the next one. The third point was that there are a few examples where like Krishna does not accept a service which is not offered in the right mood. And right mood is like, you have to figure out the right mood for yourself. What is it you are serving for? So, for example, there's a beautiful pastime that when Krishna, has anyone read Mahabharata here? I haven't, but has anyone read complete Mahabharata? Okay, watched Mahabharata? Okay, honest answers. Alright, so when Krishna goes to Hastinapur as a peace messenger to maybe make an attempt to stop the war, what happens there is that under the guidance and under the mentorship of his maternal uncle Shakuni, Duryodhana decides to invite Krishna to his palace. And he feels that I will bribe him and I'll show him how much of opulence I have, and here he is a cowherd boy, maybe I'll just give him some and then he'll fight from our side because he's naturally very, Krishna is very talented, he seems very resourceful and powerful. Can you all hear me? Okay, alright. So now when Krishna he arrives at Hastinapur and Duryodhana invites him, would you like to come and stay with us? We have all these wonderful meals, prepared for you, and all this palace is for you. And then what happens is that Krishna rejects that offer, and he instead chooses to go to Vidura's home. Vidura, who is not even directly, a part of the family. He's indirectly part of the family. He's kind of like treated like a maid or counsel. Someone who is just who cannot be on the royal throne, who doesn't have a royal blood. And Krishna chooses to go to Vidura's home because Vidura is a very, very great devotee. And now guess what? Krishna did not accept Duryodhana's service because his mood was not in the right place. His intentions were not right. Even though Duryodhana attempted to do the right thing, right? Inviting Krishna. If Krishna shows up here right now, he's right on the altar, let's say he comes out of the altar, you would want to invite him to your home. And the Lord, please come and bless us. Right? So Duryodhana did the right thing, but not with the right motive. So Krishna did not accept that. But Vidura did it with the right mood, and when he invited him, guess what happened? What happens next is that Vidura's wife, Vidurani, she's just so mesmerized seeing the Lord. I don't know if you have attended morning program. So during Darshan Aarti, Shriya Aarti, Pujaris do a wonderful job on wonderful service, and it takes some time to take off your eyes from how beautifully deities are decorated and well dressed. So Vidurani was just lost in Krishna's beauty and the charm and everything, and she's wanting to offer him a fruit, which is banana, and she peels the banana, but she throws the banana, and gives the banana skin to Krishna. And this is the beauty of this pastime, that Krishna honors that. He eats that banana skin. Just because something was given to him with so much love, so much care, with the right mood. So, bottom line is that Krishna really, really, really appreciates and loves, and he doesn't need anything. Krishna is Bhagwan, right? There are six things that are needed for being Bhagwan, right? What are those 6 things? Does anyone know? Opulence, strength, intelligence, renunciation, fame, beauty, wealth. So Krishna already has everything. He doesn't need anything. And then think about it, if he's the Lord of the universe, why would he just run around Mathura and Vrindavan just for some butter? Just stealing butter. Does it suit to a Lord? If someone is Lord, he's running and stealing butter. Because Krishna only likes love. I'm sure everyone likes love in us. And once we pour in that love, then he reciprocates magically. And I think the deities of Shri Gita, Shri Manohar, Jagannath, are very reciprocating, extremely reciprocating. I think to just pour your heart in. So inauthentically, I'll just really come to an end by expressing that when we do some services or when we have a mood or a nature which is inauthentic, right? Or we are suppressing. Let's say if I want to sing and if I'm leading Kirtan, then it's good. But if I'm suppressing it, then it's not good. What happens is the self-compassion declines, gratitude declines. So we're never happy about ourselves. And when we're not happy about ourselves, we are not having gratitude for Krishna, right? So, and another thing is that what happens is during we sometimes try to push ourselves too much in becoming something else that we are not, right? And Krishna consciousness, I'm coming back to the first point. Krishna consciousness is for every person. It's for Mother Shabri, it's for Squirrel, it's for George Harrison, it's for you, it's for me, it's for every person. It's for people who are jivas who are in the lower planetary system, and it's for the jivas who are in the higher planetary system. It's for everyone, right? So when we push ourselves to be like someone else, that kills our authenticity. I'll give you one funny example. So when my husband and I got married in Montréal Temple near Prasadam, we wanted the deities to be decorated with fruits. So we got a lot of grapes, green grapes, red grapes, and the Lord was decorated very nicely. And Brahma Prabhu, Mother Satatanu, Prabhus, they do a wonderful service, very steady. Now imagine, sorry, not imagine yet, but there were some bananas too, but which were just lying down on the altar, at the feet, okay? Now imagine if banana is like envious or is like surprised when he's thinking, why am I not hanging on Gopinath's hand? Why am I not hanging Radharani's hand? Why? Oh, maybe the problem is because I have a yellow color, or orange things like that, and that's the problem. Now this way, banana kills his authenticity, but banana is very much liked by Lord Hanuman. So you see what I'm trying to explain here? When we are authentic, Krishna wants that. Krishna doesn't want. Now, authentic doesn't mean that, okay, I am true, so I will be straightforward to everyone, and I will hurt every single person in this community because I am authentic. And Vishakha came from Toronto and just gave this discourse, and now I'm going to follow that. Authenticity doesn't mean that we don't have a room of improvement. Authenticity means I understand my current situation. I also understand that I have a room of improvement. I am chanting one round, it's fine. I know someday I will chant 16. I know someday I will chant more than that. But right now I'm happy with my one round, and I'm putting my 100% in this one round. I'm committed to this one round. I'm not comparing myself to anyone. I'm just depending upon the Lord. Knowing that the Lord, if He so desires, He will empower me. And I might become a better version of myself. I'll keep striving. I'll keep working on my room of improvements. But Lord loves me. Sometimes I come across this statement from devotees, especially from my mentor, that why would Krishna love me? Or they have some low self-esteem. I don't have anything special. Or maybe they're practicing some humility which is actually not genuine. So what happens is that Mahatma Prabhu, he explains this very beautifully. He says that Krishna loves you no matter what. Right? Krishna loves you if you are okay. So let me put it this way: Krishna loves you because He is great. Krishna will not love you because you are great. If you are nice and great, this has nothing to do like this. It's fine. It's okay. Krishna loves you anyway because He is great. His love is not unconditional. So with this, I'm saying I'll just like to conclude. I'll go back to the 3 points that Krishna reciprocates with the devotees who are authentic. We heard about George Harrison. We heard about Prabhu who made 500 Nilandas and introduced this in the world. And we heard about Mother Shakti. We heard about Squirrel serving Lord Ram with authentic mode of service. Then we spoke about Krishna reciprocates with devotees who have faith. And then we heard about how Krishna doesn't accept a service which is not See, this is a very nice question. So there is a very beautiful temple in India. It's known as Tirupati Balaji. I don't know if anyone has been there. So if you see that, if you see the deity of Tirupati Balaji, there are white straps in his eyes. And one time when I went there, so I was very curious, why he has this white thing on his eyes? And are these sunglasses or what is this? And then the pujari just explained the Lord ignores the mistakes of his devotees. He only sees the good thing. So this is the answer that, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone does something wrong. I think practicing, appreciating more helps in creating a loving environment. And if there is a correction to be made, it has to be made in a way that the other person can hear. Personally, if someone comes in and yells at me, I just shut down. I can't process further. That's just me. But if someone talks to me nicely, okay, Vishaka, this is something off, maybe we can look into this, that's something that goes through. But if we just hope to not criticize someone, but if we hope to correct them with love and care, like a brother, like a sister, like a mother, father, that works magically. Because no one likes to hear criticism. Because no one is perfect, only Krishna is perfect, so naturally we all have some of the other deficiencies. Any other thoughts, reflections? Okay. Alright.